For today's stock pick, we're taking a look at DraftKings. DraftKings is a sports betting operator that operates daily fantasy programs along with operating a sportsbook, which is where they generate most of their revenue. Daily fantasy programs are basically programs where bettors can create a lineup of professional athletes and are rewarded based on their performance. And as for a sportsbook is essentially a platform where bettors can place bets on specific sports teams and individual players as well. And they can bet on a ton of actions, such as the final outcome of a game, how much a team wins or loses by, which is also known as the spread, and individual player performances, such as how many yards a NFL running back might get in a game, and things like that. And these odds are generally set by the sportsbook, and in this case, it's DraftKings. And DraftKings operates in the sports betting industry, which is an industry worth over $200 billion. And in 2020, this industry has generated over $1 billion in revenue. And as more states legalize sports gambling and it grows even bigger, this projection is going to multiply to over $6 billion by 2023. And DraftKings went public via SPAC merger in April 2020, which is a topic we touched on in our previous episode.
So let's discuss the SPAC merger. So right before the SPAC merged with DraftKings, the SPAC started at $10 a share as a shell company. And once it merged, the stock actually went up to $17.53. And this is quite abnormal, especially with these SPAC mergers, because normally when the stock goes public, there's a lot of shares offered to the public. And as a result, that normally drives the price down. But in this case, we saw DraftKings was pretty promising and it actually went up. And so now, if we look further, in around March 2020, price of the stock went to $71. And right now, it's currently sitting at around $44.83.
So there's a lot of fluctuation with DraftKings. And this is mainly because they experience high rates of growth during major sporting events like the Super Bowl. And slowly, DraftKings is experiencing high growth all the time in terms of sales and new members because of sports gambling becoming legalized all over the country. So they have more markets to tap into. For example, their revenue increased more than 200% in the first quarter of 2021. They gained more than 114% paying customers. And this means that DraftKings is looking like a very viable investment for the future as more and more states open up and allow for sports betting.